Welcome back. We're out here looking at the new ARAK 21 by FAXON Firearms. Really excited about this product, trying to figure out what she's all about, what makes it different, what makes it special, what makes it badass. Here we go. We have two versions of the upper receiver. We have a 300 blackout right here. We also have a 5.56 223 version. Weapons free and clear. This is an outstanding firearm so far. It's a pleasure to shoot. The recoil pulse on this is minimal. It's got a dual recoil spring system inside of it, which is really great. It's got a pretty effective muzzle brake that comes standard with ARAK 21. It also has the caliper stamped on the end of the muzzle brake, so you know that it belongs with the barrel, which is also stamped as well. The great thing about this system is it's a long stroke piston system similar to AK-47 type systems. It mates to an AR-15 lower receiver. Anything that's MIL-SPEC will fit and mate with this upper receiver, which is really great. Right here I have an AX556 lower receiver by XTS. The nice thing about this system is that it has a charging handle on the side, right? So it's got a charging handle on the side that can fold, is non-reciprocating and spring return. So if you ever have to do a drill where you're shooting over a car or come around a corner, you're not gonna get a malfunction like you normally would with a reciprocating charging handle. It's a gas-driven system, like I mentioned before, with a piston. It has adjustable gas settings. For high gas, low gas, you can turn it off if you want to for single shot action. It has a right hand eject. You can also get it in a left-handed version that allows you to eject from the left-hand side. The cool thing about this charging handle is you can actually take it out, move it to the right-hand side if you have a left-handed gun, or you just want to run it like an AK. This upper receiver is fully contained. You notice that it'll cycle and function just fine. And you'll notice when you look down the tube, no buffer spring. In fact, this extension tube is not even necessary. You can run this thing like a pistol if you wanted to. It also allows the option to folding stocks. Yeah, you can fold your stock and run the gun. So there's 6 screws which are actually captured in the lower portion of the handguard. I've removed 4 already. For purposes of demonstration, I'll go ahead and remove the other 2. Make sure all your bolts are loose. Again, they're not going to fall out. Pull that puppy off, kind of gets a little tight. You can see you're not going to lose your bolts. Really cool feature. To remove your barrel, pull forward, up, and out. There's your barrel. Barrel comes with the gas block pinned on, a gas tube, and your regulator, an adjuster, already in place. Your barrel's also stamped down here, 300 blackout. You can see the proof marks that FAXON uses to proof the barrels. The barrels are also serialized. It's got the dual feed ramps, similar to like your M4 feed ramps. Keep your finger down on the back plate. Push out the retaining pin all the way out. It's a captured pin. You're not going to lose this in the field, which is a really nice feature. Push down, and it slides right out. It's your recoil spring, and you'll notice it's yellow. That means it's meant for the 300 blackout. Don't operate the 300 blackout with the 5.56 recoil spring. Next thing you want to take out is take your charging handle, bring it back, and out comes your bolt carrier, op rod, and bolt assembly. The one really great item that we have here that's very different from an AR is there's no pins to remove. You push down on the firing pin retention lever, and out comes your firing pin. Uses the same firing pin as an AR-15. That's one of the very few parts that are actually common to the AR-15 or the AK for that matter. You take the bolt cam, slip it right out, put that down. Your bolt slides right out. It's an 8-lug bolt similar to the AR-15, but you'll notice that there's a curved wave pattern to this bolt. This is not compatible with your AR-15 bolts. There's subtle differences. The lug spacing's different, the contour's different, the extractor's different. There's no gas rings on the bolt. And you have your bolt carrier. Very reminiscent of your AK and very solid. This bolt carrier rides on hardened steel rails that are actually mated with the aluminum upper receiver. There's 0 carrier tilt issues that you'll have with your piston-driven AR-15 systems. because it doesn't require the buffer assembly that your AR does. You can also service your piston. Take out your adjuster. You can see the different gas ports on it. Slide it back in, same way you take it out. You can also take out your extractor, pretty much the same way you would with an AR bolt. Knock out your roll pin, pull out your extractor spring, and you're good to go. Disassembly is really the exact same way in reverse order. One thing you need to be careful, because this is an ambidextrous upper receiver, meaning you can order it in left-handed and right-handed versions, the bolt can be assembled in both ways. So when you put your bolt back in, make sure you're not assembling it backwards. If you assemble it in the wrong direction, you're going to have a serious malfunction. The thing you have to look out for is that the rail on these FAXON ARAK 21s, they're about a ½ inch higher. So if you're running, like on this gun, you're running a good cheek weld down here, you're going to be sitting low. So you're going to end up with a chin weld. Some guys don't mind that, but if you want to get a true co-witness through your optics and your irons, you might have to sit a little higher than you normally would with an AR. There's a couple ways you can get around having to do that and still maintain a solid cheek weld. One way is you can get an optic that is mounted lower. You can get lower sights that actually bring everything back down for you. Another way you can do it is what we've done here with this Battle Line Industry Sapper Stock adapter, is raise your cheek higher. So now I got perfect sight alignment through my optic, and if I had irons, I could co-witness with it. So that's one thing that you should be aware of when you buy this. But this is not abnormal. You're going to have platforms out there like your POF, for example, your ACR, your SCAR, your XCR. A lot of these newer piston guns are running higher rail systems. And so we just need to counter that, right? You just need to find the system that works for you, whether it's some sort of cheek riser device or lower optics and lower irons to help make this system tailored for the way you like it.